Hey, John Lavenia here. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Success Series here on Bold Statement Marketing. Let me turn down my music. People know I'm a diehard metalhead. Rainy day, so I decided to drive my wife's car to the gym instead of riding the Harley, which gives me an opportunity. You see here, a little smoke on the mountains there. Gives me an opportunity to shoot this video. I wanted to talk with you today a little bit about keeping it simple, not just simple for yourself as a marketer, as an entrepreneur, as somebody who's building a business, but keeping it simple in the mind of your prospect. Keeping it, let me say this, keeping it believable in the mind of your prospect. Here's what I mean. Let me tell you a story. Back years and years ago, when I was first becoming successful in the home business world, I had a goal of making $20,000 a month and buying a new Lexus. That was like my dream car. When I was working my job, I was getting my pay cut all the time. I was driving a used car. I always wanted a new Lexus. And I saw, the beautiful cars. I've always been sort of a Toyota fan because they make a great product. But this was like their creme de la creme. And after 3 months of working my business, seriously, I made $20,000 a month, and I bought a new Lexus. Hooray, right? So what did I do? I photographed it. And here's me and my wife. We got her a Lexus too, because naturally if I get one, she's got to get one. But we photographed our cars. We were standing in the driveway with our dogs in front of our little house that we owned at the time. And we didn't own it, the bank owned it. But the bottom line is we were happy and excited and showcasing the reality of having achieved this goal, which is, I think, a very believable, very attainable goal for a lot of people. The average person, when they're looking at the possibility of doing a home business, most common answer on surveys, what's your income goal? $10,000 a month. So people are looking for like a 6-figure income, and they'd like to get a decent car. Okay, fair enough. Here's what happened. A couple years went by. We made more money. We made millions. We wound up getting a Maserati and a Bentley. And I bought my wife a Range Rover. And we had a BMW 6 Series convertible all at the same time. And we said, well, let's park them in front of our house. We weren't in the little house anymore. Now we're in a big 5,500 square foot house on top of the hill and overlooking the city, right? So we parked these cars in front of the house. We took pictures. Here's $500,000 worth of cars in front of $1 million home. We replaced the pictures of the Lexus and the little house. We replaced it on like websites. We replaced it with the pictures of the upgraded version. Right? And guess what? Our stats went down. Conversions went down. Why? Not believable. Most people don't even know what a Bentley is, right? So I want you to think about this. What is accessible, mentally accessible, in the mind of your typical prospect that you're looking to offer your opportunity to? What's accessible for them mentally? Okay? Certainly from a simplicity standpoint, confuse them, you lose them. Or like, what was the guy's name? Can't remember his name, sorry, but famous quote from the 1900s. He said, "No one ever went broke underestimating the intelligence of the American public." No one ever went broke underestimating the intelligence of the American public. So if you're going to go in one direction or another, I don't want to tell you to deliberately dumb it down, because that just doesn't even sound right, and I can't even stoop that low, although a lot of times we see really, really dumb stuff selling on the internet. But I'm not telling you to do that specifically. I'm just telling you to think in terms of where, like maybe you're up here. Maybe you're like me and you've already made it. A full-time home business entrepreneur. You're making the kind of money that your average prospect wants to make. Okay, well, they're not up here. They're down here. So speak to that level. In fact, I'll give you an example. I recorded a training video, just a simple little 3-minute instructional tutorial video on how to do something simple on a computer, which anybody could just open an instruction manual for that piece of software and figure out how to do it in like 30 seconds. But I thought, you know what? A lot of people are having a problem with this. Let me just go ahead and show people how to do it. And sure enough, people were like, yeah, wow, I know how to do that now. Amazing. So don't overestimate what your prospect can grasp. Okay, and that goes for whether we're talking about home-based business, offering people opportunities, and the idea of making money. Look, if you're already making $1 million a year, I wouldn't even go there with people. I would just say, talk about what they want, 10,000 a month, right? You may be making 100,000 a month. It's just out of the reach, right? Like I said, most people don't even know what a Bentley is. So I hope that serves you. And you know what? It's probably a thing that will be relieving for you if you haven't already made a whole lot of money in home-based business. A lot of times people brand new, like if you're brand new, you're thinking, well, I don't have a big success story yet. I don't have a big testimonial yet. I'm just learning the ropes myself. How am I going to impress, the people who I'm looking to impress here and to sign up in this deal? And the answer is, don't worry about it, okay? Because they're not going to believe the big success stories anyway. How many times have you seen the hype videos, with the rented Ferrari, and now we're going to go to the crib, right? And it turns out to be, obviously just a hotel room at, Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas or something, where they rented their Lamborghini or whatever. Some people are going to respond to that, right? I mean, again, I'm not telling you to dumb it down that low, but I think your ideal prospect is a person who's going to appreciate authenticity and is more interested in, are you real? Are you going somewhere? You may not have already gotten there yet. I mean, after all, if we've all arrived, then we wouldn't be marketing anymore. I had somebody, it's funny, just a little tangent. I had somebody ask me once, back when I was doing phone prospecting, I had this person, she was a skeptical person, right? She was going to grill me, right? Here she was broke. I was making all this money. And she's like, are you retired? And I said, well, what do you mean? So somebody had put in her mind that like, if you're going to be successful in home business, you're retired, like you're living the retired lifestyle, like you're drinking coconut drinks on the beach or something. I was like, no, I'm not retired. I work, right? Look, I'm working right now. We're talking. I'm attempting to assist you if you want assistance. She didn't get started. She just wanted to find somebody who was retired, who, despite being retired, was willing to work with her or something. I don't know. I don't know what people think, okay? Again, no one ever went broke, underestimating the intelligence of the American public. So keep it simple, keep it accessible, keep it real, of course, and don't expect that you've got to like dazzle people or rent Ferraris and stuff. In my opinion, your efforts are much better spent on more relevant things and attracting a more able, relevant, and I'd say personally motivated person who doesn't need to be dragged in with hype or something like that. So anyway, look, if you got some value out of this, if anything I just said makes sense, let me know by leaving a comment below. And if you got any questions, any ideas you'd like me to address, go ahead and put them in the comments. I'd love to help you out any way I can. And in the meantime, remember, make a bold statement in your marketing, because if you're vanilla, you are ignored. See you soon.